I'd like to build a generalized square script for you in Scratch. And the first thing I'm going to do is change my sprite. So I'm going to select the scissors tool and click on sprite below the graphics window. I've removed the sprite the cat. Then I'm going to go over here where it says choose new sprite from file. I'm going to open the animals file. And there's an ant that I particularly like to use for top-down views. And there it is. I'll click OK, and there's my ant sprite. I'll use the squish down tool to make the ant a little bit smaller. And I now have an ant sprite that I can move around anywhere on the screen. And we're going to do some square building so it looks a little bit more natural top down. So to build the square, let's start with a move block. And typically I move and put in the number of steps I would like to move in this white area. Let's create a variable, and I'll use make a variable. I want to call it length of side, L-E-N-G-T-H of side. And I like to use variable names in Scratch accepts longer variable names that reflect what the variable actually controls. Your algebra teacher would just call that X. And X, of course, loses all its identity. So I'll click there. Notice up here the variable appears in this window. That's because this box is checked. If I click that, then it's invisible, but I want to be able to see it. Then I'm going to hold the control key or right click on your PC down, and I want to select a slider. The slider means I can input a value for length of side right from the screen without having to type. So we're set up, getting ready to create a square routine here. So I'm going to move length of side, so I'll drop that length of side variable now, and now the number of steps is controlled by this slider up here. So it'll move 100 steps, 48 steps, and so on. That's variable control. Well, I also need a turn block, so I'm going to get a turn block here, and in a square I'm going to turn 90 degrees, and since it's a square I can do that 4 times, and we see here that Scratch is moving the ant. I did that 4 times. It didn't leave a trail, so it's back at its original position, but there's no record of that, so we'll fix that in a second. So I know I want to do that 4 times, so I'll get a repeat block, and in the white window I'll type 4, and so I can double click now, and boy, sprite moves awful fast and didn't leave a trail, so let's fix that. So let's get a pin down command, and I'll attach it right to the top, and I want to play with the color, so I'll get a set pin color to blue here. And when I'm finished, I want a pin up command because I may want to move the sprite around and do another square. I can change this color just by clicking in that little window using the eyedropper to select a different color. So if you like green, there's green. If you like red, there's red, whatever color you want. Now it looks like we're about ready to go. All I need is a top hat block. I call them top hats. Anyway, a green flag block. Now when I click here on green flag, it should set the pin color red, put the pin down, do a square with a side length of 40 units here, and let's hit the green flag, see what I have. There it is, square 40. I'll pick up the ant and do a square of full size, say 100. And there's 100 square. And I can go all the way down to 0, which you couldn't even see, or even a square as small as 3. Very small, the ant is sitting right on top of it, and you can barely see that. So that's a generalized square script. And generalized means that we have the length of the side of the square under variable control, and it's as easy as that. Thank you very much.